How's it going, air signs? Welcome to your free extended reading from the Russian Gypsy fortune telling cards. If you have not seen the original reading on my main channel, SouthernStrega Tarot, please click on the description box below and go watch that one first so you can get my intuitive take. This is just the book reading from the little puzzle pieces that matched up for you for this weird little puzzle deck that I have here. All right, so we have 9 messages today for Gemini, we have 9 for Libra, and then we have 12 for Aquarius. So my voice is about to be trash. If you guys are into it, book a personal reading with me. That info is in the description box below. And if you could please interact somehow with this video, like, subscribe, share, drop a smiley face, tell me it's terrible, I don't care, whatever you're doing. Just interact with it to help my algorithm so I can keep giving you these wonderful messages for free. All right, so air signs, let's just jump right into it and start going to Gemini. You guys had 9 messages, like I said. The first one that you had was the boy. There he is. The period of influence for this card is immediate to short. You had it in position number 4, facing north. It's the symbol for adventure. In that position, it means an unexpected meeting or date. The general meaning of this picture says the boy signifies youth, energy, adventure. Whether we are young or not, the picture refers to our childish sense of adventure or playfulness. It is the time to behave like a young boy, to trust new people, and look for the adventure in everyday things. We need to let go of our adult roles at times and seek the simple pleasures that we used to enjoy as youths. In the position 4 that you had, it says an unexpected meeting or a date. This could simply be running into an old friend, coworker, neighbor, or an old flame. However, the picture can also mean that someone will call you unexpectedly for a date. In either case, you will have an enjoyable time. The picture could also refer to running into someone who has inflicted pain or hurt you in some way in the past. However, when they see you, you will be at your best surprising them. You will get a childish sense of pleasure at having conquered your fears and hurts and being able to see the other person objectively. All right. You guys also had number 15, the bear, and you had that facing west in position number 3. There he is. The period of influence is middle. It's the symbol for work, effort with good results. All right. And you guys had, you will get what you desire, although not in the immediate future. The general meaning of this picture says the bear is our inborn brute strength and resilience. At a certain time in human evolution, the bear was worshipped, perhaps for its tremendous strength. However, a bear does not depend only on its strength to kill for food, but can also consume berries, catch fish, and even find ingenious ways of obtaining honey. Having filled itself, a bear can hibernate during cold, lean times. The early cavemen and women had to lead lives similar to that of the bear. It is understandable that they would worship the survival instincts of the bear. The picture tells us to be like the bear, to trust and follow our own natural instincts for survival, which include knowing when and where to seek sustenance and when to lie low. You had position 3. It says you will get what you desire, but not in the immediate future. The picture tells you to be patient. Although you want to do something, the time is not right for it at present. Don't get discouraged and abandon the project. Realize that perhaps you need further experience or information before your project can be the success that it's meant to be. This picture appeared for me many times during the writing of this book. I was impatient to finish the project, yet every time I was stopped, I gained further understanding of how the cards work. Had the first effort been published, it would have contained inadequate information. So bide your time, knowing that each positive or negative experience is a learning process that will make your ultimate objective more worthwhile. That is the truth. Like, every time I have a bunch of personal readings booked and things keep coming up with like my kids or something that like distract me and like I can't get to them or whatever, it's always because I end up getting some weird channeled message for them, or like there's something else that I needed to hear or see or learn before I did the reading for that person. So I would definitely heed that message. You guys also had 28 facing north. What was 28? Horseshoe. That's always a good one. Period of influence is middle. It's the symbol for success. All right. And you had it facing north. That is number 4. You will walk by happiness, not noticing it. Uh-oh. The general meaning of this picture says, like the clover picture, the horseshoe picture tells of great luck or success. However, the clover implies pure luck by chance, while the horseshoe, which is what you guys got, implies luck or good fortune due to one's efforts. Humans were able to use the first domesticated animal, the horse, better by inventing the horseshoe. Thus, our efforts at inventing, pursuing, or working very hard at something will bring us good fortune. All right. And you guys had number 4. You will walk by happiness without noticing it. This is a contradiction in terms, for how do you know it is happiness if you don't see it? It is easier to notice other people doing this than to realize you are doing it yourself. For example, a friend of mine has 2 children. The oldest is a boy and gets most of his parents' attention. The second, a daughter, is probably brighter and more talented, yet she does not get the same attention from the parents. You can see the look of disappointment on her face often, yet the parents don't even notice it. They don't do it out of meanness, rather it is a blind spot that they have that they are not even aware of. We all have such blind spots, and the picture reminds us of this. Perhaps you are more task-oriented than people-oriented. Later in life, you might regret not having spent more time with your children or parents instead of having squandered it on keeping the cleanest house on the block. When you get the picture, look carefully around you and try to notice what you are perhaps not seeing. Listen to friends. They could be telling you what you don't see. You might not like what people are telling you and want to reject it, but maybe you should listen, as your present or future happiness could depend on it. Another friend of mine related the story of a young man who stayed with them. He was a top national athlete, a straight-A student, handsome, charming, funny, and generally a pleasure to be with. He told them that his father had abandoned him and his mother at his birth. How sad for the father to have walked away from what most people desire. Wow, that's a poignant message. All right, and then you guys had 42 to the south. What's 42? That was the scales. There you go. Period of influence is short to life. All right, and you guys had it in position 1. This is the symbol for justice or balance. In position 1, it says, in your fate, good will outweigh evil. The general meaning of this picture says the scales of balance have been used for thousands of years to weigh goods. When the scales are used properly, then fairness prevails. Conversely, when the scales are used in an unfair way, then injustice occurs. Thus, over the years, the scales have become the symbol for justice. The law courts use the symbol of a woman holding the scales to represent justice. This picture likewise reminds you of justice and stirs your actions towards the good. You had position number 1. In your life or fate, good will outweigh evil. This is a life picture and a very positive one. For those who believe in reincarnation, this card tells you that you have good karma. You will do more good in this life, and consequently more good will come your way than evil. This doesn't mean that you'll never do evil or have it done to you, but that the good is much stronger force and will be, in the end, outweighing any evil that comes your way. This picture can be very reassuring to people who are caught up in an unfair situation. It is good to know that in the end, as long as you stay true to your beliefs and as long as your own actions are good, you will be vindicated. All right? And then you had 45, 46, 47, and 48 all in a row. That makes it easy. You had 45 facing to the south. That was the pig. There he is. This is period of influence immediate to middle. It's the symbol for earthly pleasures. And you had it facing south, which is positively a prosperous and happy year. The general meaning of the picture says the pig is a symbol of prosperity. In the past, it was the rich farmer who had pigs. Owning pigs guaranteed a steady supply of food. On the negative side, the pig symbolizes greed and avarice. The picture suggests material wealth, plenty to eat, contentment in earthly pleasures, a life free of strife and worry. In your position, it means positively a prosperous and happy year. The picture in this position is always welcome as it indicates a good year for you. It does not necessarily mean that you will get rich suddenly. Rather, it means that within your present circumstances, you will be very comfortable. You will not have money problems. Life will be easy, comfortable, and free of any major economic problems. All right. You also had 46 to the east, the bridge. There it is. Period of influence is short to life. It's a symbol for deliberate change. You had it in position 2 facing east. It says you will build a bridge that will draw you together with a loved person. The general meaning of this picture says, this is one of the life pictures. The bridge symbolizes our ability to change our circumstances. We often refer to life as a road. A bridge is an example of our manipulation of our environment, the ability to change the road that we are on. We don't have to sit and wait for nature to take its course. Instead, we can change the environment to suit our purpose. This picture emphasizes that we have some control over our lives, that our willpower is stronger than fate. All right, and yours was position 2. It says, you will build a bridge that will draw you together with a loved person. Your actions or willpower can change your circumstances. In life, sometimes we drift apart from our parents, lovers, children, or even close friends. The picture reminds you that at this particular time, it is up to you to make the first move to ensure that the relationship endures. Make the move, build the bridge, and enjoy the rewards of a loving relationship. A solid bridge that lasts takes a long time to construct. It is the same with good relationships. Spending time with your loved ones, celebrating holidays together, attending recitals or sports events together are the building blocks that create strong relationships. Alrighty, and then you had 47 facing south, which was the demons. Period of influence is short. It's a symbol for subconscious negative thoughts. You had it in the south facing position, number 1. Do not listen to cunning whisperings wishing to hurt you. The general meaning of this picture says demons are your inner conflicts, the negative thoughts that cause doubt or urge retaliation. Sometimes the demons are the base side of your nature, which wants to strike back in a cruel or careless manner when you are hurt. As a child, I remember being told that the angel sits on one shoulder and protects your actions, while the devil sits on your other shoulder, urging you to do evil deeds. We are all familiar with the saying, the devil made me do it. The picture in all positions urges you to control the negative side of your nature, as it will only lead to further unpleasantness. And you had this in position 1. Do not listen to cunning whisperings wishing to hurt you. Do not fall prey to negative thoughts, whether they are feelings of greed, jealousy, doubt, inadequacy, insecurity, or paranoia. These thoughts undermine your self-confidence. They are only within you and are not a reflection of the reality around you. In other words, you can be your own worst enemy. If the feelings are not checked, they can torment you relentlessly. Recently, I visited a friend who enumerated all the bad points in his life. If he could have heard himself speaking, he would have realized what a negative image he was presenting to the world. No wonder bad things were happening to him. One has to learn to listen to the negative thoughts, examine their warning, but then put the thoughts to rest and proceed with the positive action. There are good books on the market that can help with channeling positive energy. Should you feel that you cannot control your negative thoughts, then you should seek professional help. All right. And then you had 48 to the right. That's the rooster. Period of influence is immediate. It's a symbol for news that wakes you. All right. And yours was in the second position, facing to the east, heart-to-heart sharing of news. General meaning of the picture. The rooster crows at the beginning of the day, signaling the coming of light. Once, when a town was being secretly attacked at dawn, the rooster woke the residents in time to defend themselves. Thus, the rooster picture signals good news or a warning to defend yourself. It is a positive card heralding significant news in regard to your daily life. You had position 2, heart-to-heart sharing of news. You will be in a situation with either one other person or a group where you will have a conversation about important feelings or occurrences in your life. The information that you exchange will be important to both of your lives. You may clarify your feelings toward each other or resolve a problem. The conversation will leave you with a good feeling, satisfied and happy. The talk can be with a relative, spouse, friend, or coworker. Quite often, when good friends meet after being apart for a while, they have this kind of conversation, filling in the gaps of the missing years. The picture may refer to the reading that you are doing at the present time. The cards stimulate conversation and an exchange of common experiences, goals, and feelings among friends. And then the last one that you had was 50 to the right, and that was the bread card. Period of influence is middle. It's a symbol for happiness, and it's the last card in this deck. You had it in position 2, profit and happiness in the house, success in business affairs. General meaning of this picture, bread is the staff of life. The cultivation of grain has led to the formation of a stable society. Thus, bread implies stability, prosperity, generosity, and nourishment. Christ was able to feed a multitude of people with a few loaves of bread. When you receive this picture, it means that your life and home are lucky. You are prosperous and content. You had position 2, Profit and happiness in the house, success in business affairs. This is a wonderful picture to get, especially if you are doing a reading for the year to come. The picture tells you that everything is going great for you. Financially, you are well off. You might not be as rich as the people we see on TV, but you are happy with what you have. You have enough to give you a contented sense of well-being. The picture also implies that everyone else in your home is favored as well, thus creating a cheerful, harmonious household. The picture tells you also that you have success in business. If you have a business, then it is doing very well. Profits are coming in. It is a good time to expand or try new ventures, as they will meet with success. For those who are working for someone else, it is also a favored time. This is a good time to seek promotions, suggest new ideas, or generally be in the public eye. Whatever business venture you begin now will meet with success. That wraps it up for you guys, Gemini. That was your bonus extended. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you checked out the original part. And again, if you would like a personal reading, feel free to email me at ASouthernStrega@gmail.com, and I would love to do that for you. All right, let's get into Libra. I'm going to be at like 16-ish. All right, Libra, you guys had number 2. Where is it? There we go. Clover. And you had it facing in the northward position. I didn't know if I showed you that right, Clover. Its period of influence is middle. It's a symbol for luck, all right? And you had it in position 4, which is not lucky, unfortunately. That's considerable grief or disappointment. General meaning of picture. The clover is a plant that enriches the soil. Consequently, it has been associated with good pastures and good luck. Nature is going out of its way to enrich your life. You have little to do other than to enjoy the bountiful harvest. The clover generally refers to one's immediate surroundings or environment. This includes your home, job, family, or recreational activities. It generally refers to one's emotional state rather than material surroundings. You are happy because good luck is smiling at you rather than due to the details. The ironic aspect of this picture is that sometimes we are happy without knowing it. The picture is a gentle reminder to count our blessings when the going is good. You had it in number 4, considerable grief or disappointment. The luck is not with you right now. Events may happen that you have little control over that will bring you grief. People die, companies collapse, governments change, but the world goes on. Take the time to mourn the grief or disappointment so that you can put it to rest. The grief or disappointment might be in regard to your own endeavors, or it can refer to someone who is very close to you. In either case, you will be affected emotionally. Again, a Russian proverb applies here. People plan, but God disposes. That's like we make plans and God laughs. Pretty much the same saying there. You guys also had number 8 facing to the south, and that is the hearse. Period of influence, immediate to middle. It's the symbol for danger to physical and emotional state. And you had it facing south, and that is a sickness. General meaning of picture. The picture at first appears frightening because it indicates death. However, it does not mean that death is imminent. It only warns us of the possibility. The firewood picture also deals with health problems, but of a more minor nature. When you get the hearse picture, you know that the problem is serious and not to be avoided. Unlike the other pictures, which are usually positive in position 1 and get progressively more negative, the hearse is strongest in the position 1 and weaker in 4. You guys had it in position 1. If the picture appears completed on the last card in your layout, you didn't have that, so I'm not even going to read that. You had position 1, sickness. The sickness may lead to death if it is not attended to. In the introduction to the book, I have written about my experience of getting the picture. The picture warned me of a tumor that was growing in my spine. When you get this picture, you should re-examine your health. If anything is wrong, no matter how slight, you should see a doctor about it. Even if the doctor doesn't find anything wrong, you should start taking better care of your health. Perhaps you should be getting more rest, eating a better diet, exercising more, quitting your drinking to excess or smoking, or simply drinking more water. Many illnesses, such as heart trouble, cancer, diabetes, arthritis, and ulcers, take time to develop into serious conditions. The picture warns you that something you are doing is wrong and may result in a serious illness. If you already have a serious illness and the picture keeps appearing for you, it means that you should continue using the medication or treatment prescribed. A friend who had cancer still had the picture appear following surgery. It did not mean that she was not cured, which she was. The picture warned her that the lifestyle that led to the cancer had to be abandoned forever. The new lifestyle, a better diet, more rest, and exercise had to be continued if good health was to last. The picture will disappear once you begin to take better care of your health. I don't give medical advice or legal advice on this channel, so take these with a grain of salt. I did not write these, all right? So I don't want you to think that I'm some doctor telling you you're gonna die. It's tarot. Don't take it that seriously. Next, you guys had 14 and 15, both pointing southward. 14 is the fox. Period of influence is short. It's the symbol for deceit. Pointing southward, it says, you are being cunningly deceived. General meaning of the picture, the fox is an animal that we associate with cunning and deceit. The fox doesn't come out during the day to catch its prey, but sneaks around at night when everyone is asleep to do its work. Basically, the fox does not do any more damage than other carnivores, but it gets its reputation by the means that it uses. The fox in Aesop's fable, The Fox and the Crow, uses flattery to make the crow drop its cheese. These are the people who will use any method available, fair or not, to reach their goal. Thus, the picture warns you of people who are like the fox, sly and crafty. They are not necessarily out to hurt you, rather they are after their own self-preservation. You can't avoid such individuals, but can learn to outwit them and minimize the damage that they cause. In position 1, where you had it, it means you are being cunningly deceived. This could refer to your spouse cheating on you, your child using drugs and hiding it from you, your fellow employee taking credit for what you did, or you're being taken in by a business transaction that is dishonest. In all cases, the other person is doing it intentionally, knowing that he or she is not being honest with you. The person might not intend to hurt you, but simply be caught up in the situation and take the easiest way out. For example, a husband cheating on his wife is so caught up in the excitement of the moment that he has little time to consider his actions. When this picture comes up, pay particular attention to those around you to see who is deceiving you and why. Sometimes it isn't easy to discover who is deceiving you, as that person is working in a sly manner. Even if you don't discover the deceit, be circumspect in all of your actions, as you know that there is someone that you should not trust at this time. All right, and then you had 15, which is the bear, also facing to the south. Period of influence is middle. It's the symbol for work effort with good results. Pointing southward, with caution, happiness will not elude you. General meaning of this picture, the bear is our inborn brute strength and resilience. At a certain time in human evolution, the bear was worshipped, perhaps for its tremendous strength. However, a bear does not depend only on its strength to kill for food, but can also consume berries, catch fish, and even find ingenious ways of obtaining honey. Having filled itself, a bear can hibernate during cold, lean times. The early cavemen and women had to lead lives similar to that of the bear. It is understandable that they would worship the survival instincts of the bear. The picture tells us to be like the bear, to trust and follow our natural instincts for survival, which include knowing when and where to seek sustenance and when to lie low. Yours was in position 1. With caution, happiness will not elude you. What you want is out there and can be obtained by you. It will bring you happiness as well, but you must be careful. Don't rush in, as cautioned by the old proverb, fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Be like the bear, look the situation over, check for any traps, and only then go for the desired objective. The picture usually deals with aspects relating to your basic survival, which would include such things as your job, business, or any projects that will in the long run make your life more comfortable. All right. Next, you had 29, which was the money. And you had that facing south. Position 1. Period of influence is middle. It's a symbol for money. Meaning in your position, you will receive a substantial sum of money. All right, Libras. General meaning of the picture. The money picture is self-explanatory. It deals with money. The picture foretells of money that will be received, or it can indicate a favorable time to make a monetary gain. The nice aspect of the picture is that it indicates money to be received in every position. Material loss is shown by the ship picture in position 4. The money picture refers to legitimate legal ways of making money. It also applies when you are speculating or betting in legal ways. The picture only tells you that it is a favorable time to make money. It does not guarantee that you will make money every time. Should the cards be used to determine timing for illegal activities, they will not give you the right answer. You had position 1, which says you will receive a substantial sum of money. This picture usually appears just before you receive an income tax refund, a larger than usual paycheck, a bonus, a commission, or interest. Usually you are aware that you will be getting a large sum. Nevertheless, it is still a pleasant surprise when you actually get it. If you are entering negotiations of any kind, then this picture tells you that they will come out with a good settlement. Well, that's a good one, Libras. Let me get some water. All right, then you had 32 facing to the west. 32 is the moon. Period of influence is short to middle. It's the symbol for peace. In the position you had, it says, do not become despondent over a temporary setback. General meaning of the picture. The moon, like the sun, has been worshipped by many cultures. The sun is the overt radiator of energy, while the moon is the covert, hidden reflector of energy. The sun is the yang, the male force, while the moon is the yin, the female force. The moon affects us by its peace, beauty, and mystery. We are just as much attracted to calm, serene, and graceful people as we are to the radiant, full of energy types who represent the sun. Like the earth, which needs both the heat of the sun and the coolness of the moon to maintain life, so we need both aspects of ourselves to stay balanced. There are times when we need to act, and there are times when we need to be calm and reflect on life. Our Western culture places a great amount of value on activity, which when carried too far results in burnout and dissatisfaction. That is why many have been turning to the Eastern culture, to meditation and yoga, to provide the peace that is lacking in our modern urban environment. However, too much inactivity can also lead to unhappiness and misery, as seen in some parts of Asia. Thus, we have to learn balance both sides of our nature. The moon picture is always a reminder to us to appreciate the calm periods in our life. The moon changes from full to half to quarter, so that the calmness is not static but ever changing. When we get this picture, it is time to relax, but not to abandon our dreams. All right. You guys had position 3. Don't become despondent over a temporary setback. One of the saddest things in life is to see people struggle to accomplish a goal and then almost at the end give up due to some problem. Students sometimes struggle for 9 months and then at the end skip school, don't finish their assignments, or miss the final test. Had they hung in just a bit longer, they would have passed through sheer perseverance and not just by grades. Even famous people such as Benjamin Franklin, Winston Churchill, and Colonel Sanders had many setbacks in their lives before they achieved their success. This picture has appeared for me many times during the writing of this book. The power of the picture is it tells you that your goal is a valid one and can be attained even though you might have rejections at the present time. There are other pictures, such as the owl, the ship, and the house, that tell you that your plans or ideas may not materialize or be accomplished. When the moon picture comes up, don't give up your efforts. Like the ebb and tide of the oceans caused by the pull of the moon, you will have glorious successes and glorious disappointments along the way, but the energy never ceases. All right, and then you guys had 3 more. You had 36, 38, and 49. So 36 was the handshake. You had that facing north. The period of influence is middle to life. It's the symbol for state of the union between two people. In your position, number 4, facing north, your union threatens to come apart. The general meaning of the picture, the handshake has usually signified an agreement between two people, whether for friendly or business reasons. The picture quite often refers to the state of a marriage or union that you have. The branches and ring pictures also pertain to the union, but have slightly different meanings. When the handshake picture, which is the one you got, comes up in the first 2 positions, you didn't have it in the first 2, you're more than lovers, you are also friends. In the last 2 positions, the picture warns you of a weakening of the union. The picture also can refer to a business deal, especially if the deal depends upon the partners being good friends. The meaning in this case is similar to that given for a romantic union between people, except that the words business deal should replace the words union or relationship, all right? You had position 4. Your union is definitely in trouble and threatens to come apart. This is a much stronger warning than that given by the picture in position 3. Here, both parties could be at fault. If you are jealous and suspect that the other person is having an affair and this picture comes up, then your suspicions could be justified, especially if the snake picture comes up in position 2 as well. However, nothing is final. If after examining the situation carefully, you decide that you want to continue your relationship, then you should do everything in your power to preserve it. The picture usually comes up at times in your life when breakups are possible, but not necessarily inevitable. Look at the advice given in position 3 and follow it as well. If you can overcome your difficulties, find new solutions, then you will end up on a higher plateau, reach a deeper understanding between the two of you. Even infidelity can be forgiven and forgotten as long as you have established or reestablished a strong union. All right. And then you had 38 to the left. That was the lady. All right. Period of influence is short. It's a symbol for support or help. And you guys had that one facing to the west. That would be position 3. Don't believe the show of politeness. It is false. General meaning of the picture. The lady in the cards symbolizes a feminine force that gives you help and insight. In Homer's Odyssey, the goddess Circe first tricked Odysseus or Ulysses, but later gave him advice that helped him on his journey home. The lady in the cards looks like she is a married woman, but need not be. She is someone who is mature in outlook and wise enough to give you good advice or simply be there when you need her. Unlike the angel picture, which symbolizes spiritual support, the lady picture means down-to-earth, practical support. The lady could be your mother, mother-in-law, grandmother, friend, co-worker, or anyone who is close enough to help you. When males get this picture, the main idea of support is true for them also. However, in position 2, there is also a hint of love present. In the last 2 positions, which is what you guys had, there is a hint. The picture expresses the negative aspects of the feminine mystique, all right? And you guys had number 3. Don't believe the show of politeness. It is false. This could refer to a work, social, or personal situation. This is not necessarily a bad omen, as we are all taught to be polite at all times. Just remember, if you get the picture in this position, to accept the politeness or kindness, but not to divulge any personal information at this time, as this person is not your real friend. Frenemy energy with that, all right? And then the last one that you guys had was 49 to the west. That's the dagger. Period of influence is immediate. It's the symbol for a hidden assault, all right? And you guys had it in position 3 to the west. You will experience a prick to your pride. General meaning of the picture: a dagger is a short, sharp weapon worn by knights and courtiers of old. Some hid it while others wore it on their belts. The dagger symbolizes pain that can be inflicted on you by someone at any moment. The danger may be of a physical nature, or it may be a wound to your pride, self-esteem, vanity, or heart. In the first 2 positions, the picture is actually a positive one, telling you that you will be protected in time. Yours was not in the first 2, it was in the third. You will experience a prick to your pride. Your self-esteem or vanity will be hurt. You may be asked to do something that you excel at, yet when you do it, no one pays any attention to it or you. Or someone may criticize you at home, work, or in the community. The cat picture in position 4 also refers to unexpected attacks. The dagger picture warns of a sharper and deeper attack, one that strikes at the basis of your being, deflates your ego, and makes you doubt your achievements. The best defense is to accept the criticism and bear it with dignity. Perhaps you need this reminder to not get overconfident. At least be thankful that you understood the barb. If you were too dense to understand, the Russians would say, you can't sew the brain in the skin. That is, you can try to teach people, but if they don't understand, you can't do anything. The stupid will stay stupid. At this time, your pride may hurt, but at least you can learn from the experience. The picture also may refer to not being invited to some function or included in some activity. The slight hurts. However, there can be many reasons why you were left out, such as lack of space or forgetfulness on someone's part. Don't dwell on the matter. The sooner you can forget it, the better off you will be. All right? All right, Libra. Whew, I'm getting tired of reading all this stuff. All right, so that was you guys. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure you checked out the original reading. And if you would like a personal reading that gets more personal for you, then email me at ASouthernStrega@gmail.com, and I would love to do that for you. All right, Aqua, let's get to yours. You're going to be at 3410. All right, Aquarius, you guys had the most messages of all of the air signs. So far, I've done everyone but fire, and the only person that's beat you guys in number of messages was Scorpio, who had 13, and you had 12. The first one that you guys had, Aquarius, is number 3, the ship facing to the east. Period of influence is middle. It's a symbol for finances and adventure. You guys had it facing east. It says riches due to trade or labor. All right. The general meaning of this picture, the ship is closely related to one's money situation. It speaks of riches and adventure. In the early days of exploration, ships set forth to discover new lands and to bring back riches. The ship is similar to number 5 in numerology, which stands for adventure, travel, and experience. The picture encourages action of some sort. Whenever this picture is in position 1, one can take financial chances that normally would not be recommended. However, if it is in position 4, it is warning you to be careful in money or business matters. You guys had it in position 2. That is riches due to trade or labor. It says the explorers set out for unknown lands and faced many adventures with the result that some of them came back with cargoes worth of fortune. In the same way, if you make the effort, you can be rewarded with financial gain. This is a good time to sell things or to make money due to your labor. If you are unemployed, then this is an excellent time to start a business of your own or apply for jobs. You will have excellent results as long as you make the effort. Apply the Russian proverb, forge the iron while it's hot. Strike while the iron is hot. That's like what we say over here. I guess that's an old Russian proverb that we ripped it from in America. You also had number 9, the bouquet, facing also to the east and the north because it was your locked in card, but it also had a match that would have matched up. So I'm going to read both of those for you, the north and the east. The period of influence is immediate to short. It's a symbol for happiness. And what did I say? East and north. Number 2, east, winnings. And number 4, you will find a means of earning money. All right. General meaning is a bouquet of flowers is the reward that you get for spending many hours in the garden, planting, weeding, fertilizing, watering, and so forth. Thus, this picture speaks of the final success that you achieve due to your efforts. It is not a free gift of nature like the birds or the clover, but something that you have put in effort into earning. In position 2, you had winnings, a monetary gain. This could mean an increase in salary, some new income from investments, or even winnings from a lottery ticket. However, the same as for the money picture, it doesn't mean that you will receive money every time this picture comes up, only that this is an opportune time to gain money. This would be a good time to ask for a raise, to evaluate your investment portfolio, or to buy a lottery ticket. As the Russians say, under a stationary rock, water doesn't flow. A rock can symbolize stability, yet it can also stand for rigidity. Sometimes you have to let it go, take a chance in order to win. If you don't buy a lottery ticket, you can't even win the prize. You also had position 4. You will find a means of earning money. The picture in this position is especially welcome to those who are unemployed, in fear of losing their jobs, or thinking about a career change. It means that if you examine your qualifications and look at your abilities, you will be able to find a means of earning money. The secret is to relax, examine the options, and be available to new opportunities. Many people become despondent when faced with unemployment and fail to realize that this can be an exciting opportunity for a new start. Once I heard a person being interviewed on a radio show tell of an Indian chant that one is to repeat while meditating or throughout the day to help one find a means of earning a living. The chant is not to be used to improve one's job or to make one rich, but rather to open the way for nature to provide for one's needs, the way that nature provides seeds for birds when they are hungry. After chanting it, I received employment from most unusual places. For example, an elderly pensioner came from across town for a Russian lesson and insisted on paying me $5. This is the type of thing that the bouquet picture in position 4 indicates that will happen. So kind of like making money by chance. All right, you also had number 12, the birds, facing north. It says period of influence is immediate. It is a symbol for freedom from responsibilities. In the northward facing position, number 4, it says an obstacle with which you will have to fight. General meaning of the picture says birds suggest freedom of flight. They have no worries or cares to hold them down. A bird is free to soar to heights that we cannot obtain by ourselves. It can fly and enjoy itself. It can look down from above at the world below it. For us, it is just as important to let go and be like the bird, flying smoothly and easily in the air, landing only when we want to. Birds are nature's friends. They signify freedom and unconstrained joy. They remind us of our free soul, unrestrained by the rules of our civilization. However, when the birds come in contact with civilizations such as farms and airports, they become a nuisance to us. In the first 2 positions of this picture, they represent joy and merriment, while in the last 2, which is what you guys had, they are obstacles that we have to deal with. You had position 4, an obstacle with which you will have to fight. The problem or obstacle is slightly more serious than the ones indicated in position 3, but again, nothing major. Obstacles in life are a challenge. When we overcome them, we get a powerful sense of achievement. Like the farmer, we don't have to kill the birds that invade our fields. We can learn to outwit them by using a scarecrow or noise. Likewise, look at the obstacle and think of creative ways to overcome it. That way you can save your energy for real problems. All right, the next one you had was 19 down. 19 south, that was the castle. I call it the fortress. Period of influence is life. It's a symbol for security. And you had yours facing south, position 1, fulfillment of hopes, although at the end of your life. General meaning of picture. The castle is material security. A castle has always meant safety and protection from one's enemies. Traditionally, it referred to a heavily walled building fortified to protect the inhabitants from enemy attack. As civilization progressed, people no longer needed the strong fortification, but the idea of safety and refuge has remained. The saying, "a home is a person's castle," still has a meaning today. A castle had to be built using sound methods in order to be a place of safety. Likewise, a home can be a refuge only if one puts in enough time and effort to make it a comfortable place. Thus, the meaning of this picture is that one will get one's just rewards, but it is due to one's earnest efforts in life and not to chance. In the past, a strong castle provided security and the opportunity to live one's natural life to the end. This picture is a life picture, that is, its prediction spans your life. It represents those aspects of your life that will provide an optimum environment for you to live in. You had position 1, whatever your hopes in life are, they will be fulfilled, even if at the end of your life. If you are seeking a happy relationship, a home, a publisher for your book, travel to an exotic place, or the like, your hopes will be realized, although perhaps not as soon as you would wish. The problem is that many of us want it sooner than is ordained. We don't want to wait a lifetime. After all, this is the age of instant gratification. The picture tells you to relax, stop trying so hard, keep on working toward your goal, don't rush it. You will get what you want, but later. The irony is that if you get it too soon, it might be the end of your life as well. A castle does not only mean security, a castle is a safe refuge. Yet, if we confine ourselves to it, the results might not be our benefit in the long run. The Tower of London is an example of a refuge turned to a prison. During the Middle Ages, a moat was built around the tower for further protection. The moat was connected to the Thames River for drainage. However, the drainage did not work well, and for more than 400 years, the moat was a cesspool. The inhabitants of the tower were exposed to all kinds of diseases. It was Queen Victoria who finally had the moat filled in and restored health to the inhabitants of the tower. The moral of the story is that when we think we want what we think we want might not be good for us in the long run. The picture tells you that you will get your wish, but don't rush it. Smell the roses along the way. You might have a fuller life than you expected. The Russians say the quieter you travel, the farther you'll get. Those who are always in a hurry not only miss many details and have to redo them later, but also increase their chance of dying young from high blood pressure. Therefore, strive for your goals, but be patient. You will get as far as you want to go. All right, and then next you have 31 and 32, both facing to the east. That's the sun and the moon. Look at you guys. Maybe dealing with a Cancer Leo cusper. Sun and moon. All right, sun is number 31. There it is. The period of influence is immediate to middle. It's a symbol for warmth and strength of character. You guys had it facing east, which means warmth and light are within you alone. General meaning of the picture. The sun is the center of our solar system. It radiates the heat and light that make life possible on Earth. From earliest times, humans have worshipped the sun as the giver of life. The sun was the main object of worship for both Aztecs and Egyptians, who believed that humankind is the descendant of the sun god. In Eastern cultures, it is the yang, the force that brings warmth and flourishment and keeps evil away. Thus, not only are we affected by the physical sun that we see in the sky, but the sun is the self as well, the inner flame that burns within us and gives us life. We are the center of our social and physical environments. What we radiate from within affects the lives of the people around us. We are the sun that the picture refers to. When we radiate warmth from within, we are happy and we have a positive influence on the people around us. When we freeze up, we push people away from us, causing unhappiness to everyone, including ourselves. All right, you guys had number 2, warmth and light are within you alone. It says, you are the master of your life. Warmth and light are within you alone. No one but you will help or hurt you. Don't look for someone else to make you happy or love you. Begin by loving yourself. Do things that make you happy. Others will inevitably be drawn to you. This picture comes up quite often when people are in difficulty and need help. The picture tells you that it is not seeking help from others. It is no use seeking help from others as they can't help you or simply don't want to. The truth is that you don't need anyone else's help as you are capable of solving your own problems. For example, the picture may come up for you during difficult times in your marriage. When it comes up, you should know that it is not the time to talk to your partner as nothing will get resolved. Rather, it is a time to work on improving yourself as an individual by finishing your education, getting a job, cutting your hair, losing weight, or simply going out and doing things that make you happy. Ironically enough, once you are happy with yourself and self-confident, your relationship problems will iron themselves out. The picture also can come up when your family or the group that you are with is in difficulty. At that time, it is you who has the energy and radiance that gives the other people support. You don't have to do anything for them, only stay positive and friendly. This is enough to pull them through their difficulties. And then you also had the moon in the same position. There's the moon. It says the period of influence is short to middle. It's a symbol for peace. You guys had it in number 2, east. If you are patient, you will obtain that which you desire. The moon, like the sun, has been worshipped by many cultures. The sun is the overt radiator of energy, while the moon is the covert, hidden reflector of energy. The sun is the yang, the male force, while the moon is the yin, the female force. The moon affects us by its peace, beauty, and mystery. We are just as much attracted to calm, serene, and graceful people as we are to the radiant, full of energy types who represent the sun. Like the moon, to maintain life, so we need both aspects of ourselves to stay balanced. There are times when we need to act, and there are times when we need to be calm and reflect on life. Our Western culture places a great amount of value on activity, which when carried too far results in burnout and dissatisfaction. That is why many have been turning to Eastern cultures, to meditation and yoga, to provide the peace that is lacking in our modern urban environment. However, too much inactivity can also lead to unhappiness and misery, as seen in some parts of Asia. Thus, we have to learn to balance both sides of our nature. The moon picture is always a reminder to us to appreciate the calm periods in our lives. The moon changes from full to half to quarter, so that the calmness is not static but ever changing. When we get this picture, it is time to relax, but not to abandon our dreams. You guys had position 2. If you are patient, you will attain that which you desire. This is hard for some people to do, to relax in the heat of the battle. Still, even the best soldier needs to bide his time between battles. Sometimes you need to wait and let others do things or come to conclusions on their own that will be of benefit to you in the end. Also, many of your wishes take longer to accomplish than you think. The picture tells you to relax, be patient, and keep on working toward your desires, as ultimately you will accomplish them. All right, that's a good one. Then you had 35, also to the east. Lots of east for you guys. Anchor. Period of influence is middle, symbol for stability or hindrance. And you have position 2, fulfillment of hopes and success on the sea. General meaning of picture, the anchor refers to stability. Sailors use the anchor to secure their boats once they have reached a safe harbor. In the first 2 positions, which is what you had, the picture tells you that you have reached a safe haven in your life. Your love relationships, home, or work are safe, giving you protection and stability. Anchors can also be hindrances, preventing movement. In the last 2 positions, this picture suggests that you may have doubts or have actually chosen a wrong place to anchor. You guys had position 2, fulfillments of hopes and success on the sea. Perhaps you have already or are about to receive what you have been hoping for. After sailing on the open sea, you are approaching your destination. This could be having the family that you want, the house of your dreams, the job that you have always wanted, or anything that you have been working towards. Success on the sea can literally mean that your good fortune has something to do with the sea, or it can mean that whatever you are involved with, you should pursue full steam ahead as it will turn out successful. All right. And then you guys had 38, north. That is the lady. The lady, it says period of influence is short, symbol for support or help. You guys had it in number 4, Jesus. Having sucked you dry, they will turn away from you. Good God. General meaning of the picture: the lady in the cards symbolizes a feminine force that gives you help and insight. In Homer's Odyssey, the goddess Circe first tricked Odysseus and Ulysses, but later gave him advice that helped him on his journey home. The lady in the cards looks like she is a married woman, but need not be. She is someone who is mature in outlook and wise enough to give you good advice or simply be there when you need her. Unlike the angel picture, which symbolizes spiritual support, the lady picture means down-to-earth practical support. The lady could be your mother, mother-in-law, grandmother, friend, co-worker, or anyone who is close enough to help you. When males get this picture, the main idea of support is true for them also. However, if it's in position 2, there is a hint of love present. You guys had it in 4. In the last 2 positions, which is what you had, the picture expresses the negative aspects of the feminine mystique. You guys had position 4, having sucked you dry, they will turn away from you. This can refer to work, social, or personal relationships. For example, children may drain you of money, exhaust you from all of their demands, and then leave you with without so much as a thank you for all of your efforts. Spouses or coworkers may do the same. However, rather than despairing, you should rejoice. This is a time to stop being a slave to others' demands and to begin a period of self-pampering and self-discovery. You have been giving too much of yourself to others. Perhaps they needed the help in the beginning, but now your help is unwanted or unappreciated. Therefore, congratulate yourself on having been a good support and as no one else will, and go on with your life. We would all like to be thanked for our efforts, but people are careless or plain stupid and forget to express appreciation, with the result that we feel hurt or used. When this happens, accept it, acknowledge the hurt, and go on with your life. At least the burden of helping someone else is gone, and you have free time to devote to your interests and desires now. All right, and then you guys had 3 more. You had 40, 44, and 46. 40 was the knot, and yours was facing north. Period of influence, life. It's a symbol for family ties. And you had number 4, north. You can achieve freedom only by cutting the Gordian knot. Ooh, what's the Gordian knot? General meaning of the picture: a knot can join 2 pieces of rope, or it can create a lump or knob in a single piece of rope. The knot picture is a symbol for union, strong bonds that bind us, especially in marriage. It can also represent entanglements, problems that bind us and prevent us from doing what we would like to do. The bonds can be applied externally by other people or internally by ourselves. Our attitude toward the bonds can determine whether they are positive or negative. You had number 4. You can achieve freedom only by cutting the Gordian knot. It says the Gordian knot is told about in Greek mythology. A poor peasant named Gordius became king of Phrygia. I can never say that right. Phrygia. He dedicated his wagon to the greatest god Zeus. The pole of the wagon was fastened to the yoke for the animals by a very complicated knot. The oracle foretold that the man who could loosen this knot would be ruler of Asia. Many tried to untie the knot but failed. It's like sword in the stone energy, this. Then Alexander the Great came to the city and very simply cut the knot with one blow of his sword. He then went on to conquer Asia. The lesson for us is that sometimes when we have a problem, we need to take a decisive action, make a clean break to solve it. This is not the time to talk about the situation, to think, rationalize, plead, or use any other stalling method. Make a clean break and then walk away from the situation. In a relationship, the other person might use charm, pleas, or threats of suicide to keep you. When this picture comes up, it tells you not to give in, to stick to your principles, and do what you have to do. You may hurt the other person, but you will hurt yourself more by giving in. In business, it is sometimes better to cut your losses than to keep on sinking funds into a losing proposition. By making a clean break at this time, you will find future success. All right, and then you had 2 more. 44 to the east, that was fire. It says period of influence, short to middle. It's the symbol for passion. And to the east, it means beware of fire. You'll burn your wings, Icarus. General meaning or picture. Our first reaction to fire. Oy, sorry. I'm cramping up, y'all. I'm getting so tired. Our first reaction to fire is that it is a destructive force. Once a fire takes hold, it is difficult to stop or contain until it burns itself out. So it is with people's passion. Once passion is ignited, it is difficult to stop. Even though unexpected fire can cause a lot of damage, fire was one of humankind's first and greatest discoveries. The ability to control fire and use it in constructive ways enabled humans to leave the Stone Age. So it is with passion. Passion has inspired some of the best works of art, literature, music, architecture, and engineering. Fire can also indicate flourishment, the flourishment of ideas or business ventures. It can also indicate the passion of our hearts. The picture warns that passion will take hold of you. It is up to you to use it for positive results. All right? You had number 2, beware of fire, you will burn your wings. Here the picture refers to the Greek myth of Icarus. His father made the wings of feathers and wax to escape imprisonment. Against the advice of his father, Icarus flew too close to the sun. The heat melted the wings, and he plunged into the sea and drowned. Icarus let pride, vanity, and ambition surpass his judgment and his father's advice. The picture warns you of the destructive nature of both fire and your own passions if left unchecked. The picture may be telling you that your ambitions are unrealistic at this time. Perhaps you have an inflated sense of yourself. These unrealistic expectations will bring harm only to yourself. Don't operate beyond your capabilities. If you are seeking a job, it may be a good idea at this time to settle for something less than what you want. Otherwise, you may end up with no job at all. The picture also tells you to control your passions. If you get involved with someone you shouldn't be involved with, such as in an adulterous liaison, you will burn your wings. Your marriage will suffer or public scandal will result. If you let your passions in other areas get out of control, you will likewise suffer. Vincent van Gogh, one of the great artists, painted with passionate zeal, yet his uncontrolled passion led to his cutting off his own ear, and later to his mental illness and untimely death. Thus, when this picture comes up in position 2, you should be very careful of the passion that possesses you, as it can bring you more harm than good. It's like greed, lust, energy. You gotta rein it in. All right, and the last one you had was 46 north. That is the bridge. The bridge period of influence is short to life. It's a symbol for deliberate change. Facing north, it says, if you want freedom, create a bridge over the chasm. This is one of life pictures. It's the bridge symbolizing our ability to change our circumstances. We often refer to life as a road. A bridge is an example of our manipulation of our environment, the ability to change the road that we are on. We don't have to sit and wait for nature to take its course and accept our fate. Instead, we can change the environment to suit our purpose. This picture emphasizes that we have some control over our lives, that our willpower is stronger than fate. Yours is position 4. If you want freedom, create a bridge over the chasm. Seek a new solution to your problem. Rather than getting stuck in your problem, create a new bridge that will let you step over it. For example, if you are having marital problems and communication or tears are not resolving the problem, try a new approach. Think back to find an activity that the two of you truly enjoy together. If it's sex, then meet him there at the door with a martini and nothing else. If it's dinner out, then make a reservation at the best gourmet restaurant. If it's going to ball games, buy 2 tickets and surprise him or her. Doing things together that please both of you can bridge the gap no matter how wide it is. Too often we get so bogged down in our problems that we forget that there are solutions. If you can't think of anything yourself, then seek the advice of those who can help you. Counselors, psychiatrists, doctors, ministers are all trained and willing to help you understand and overcome your problems. The end. That's a wrap, Aqua. Hope you enjoyed your free extended. Make sure you check out the original reading that was on my channel. Also, if you would like a personal reading, hit me up, ASouthernStrega@gmail.com. All right, air signs, my voice is trash. I gotta go drink some tea. I love y'all. Catch you next time. Bye.